It's time once again for another Big Bad Toy Store unboxing, and there's some cool stuff in this one.
It's morphin' time!
Hello, this is Soundout here, and on today's video we're going to be unboxing another Big Bad Toy Store pile of loot. Like I kind of mentioned in the last one, I've been doing these more often, more frequently. It's been kind of easier than having like a really huge pile of loot, just kind of like a moderately sized one. This one piled up kind of quick though. Just some stuff just like came through super fast, probably pre-tariffs. I think they just kind of threw some stuff through the ports, but it's at least what it feels like. But some pretty cool stuff in here. You may have already seen one or two things, depending on when the shorts went up on the schedule, because I needed to get the shorts out sooner than later. So it's kind of that kind of thing. So I don't know when this is going up in relation to the other videos. I have it all mapped out on my notes, not in my head. So who knows? But yeah, we got some cool things in this one. Stuff I was really excited for and really waiting for. So we've got, ooh, this one's interesting. This one has a unusual purchase in it. So a lot of times when it comes to action figure collecting, I kind of know what I want ahead of time. You know, I kind of like, all right, I'm gonna get this for this price. It's fine. I don't do sales that often, to be honest. Like just in general, I'm not like a super huge like. I try to get deals, but like I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna wait for that to go on sale. With one line though, I decided I can wait for those to go on sale, and that was Super 7's Disney line. I had the first two waves, and then wave 4 I think was their Nightmare Before Christmas wave, which I never knew anybody that got those to know if the Jack Skellington was crap or not, because that's kind of the problem with Jack Skellington figures. A lot of them are crap. But the Disney line died after that. They were like, basically, it was like Nightmare Before Christmas Wave 1 was supposed to be Disney Wave 4, because they kind of did this thing like they do with the other, oh, the glue's not quite lined up on the box here, so it's stuck to the bag. They did this thing with, like they do with the other lines, right? Like with, say for like Ninja Turtles, right? You get like a mixture. It's like, here's a couple from this, here's a couple from that. With Disney, they decided to do like 1 or 2 from a movie per wave. And that didn't really fly, and it didn't sell, and then the line died after the Night Before Christmas wave, which was supposed to be kind of like a relaunch, like let's just do one movie. So this was wave 3's last like Disney wave, and so I was like, I don't know, I was like, I think I could wait, and I decided to wait, and it went on sale. I got the whole bunch. I think I paid all like $100 for all 4 instead of like $275 or whatever. So hey, I'll take it. I was just kind of waiting for them to go on clearance, and they did, because I was like, the demand's not there because the line's dead. We got Stitch here. Stitch looks great. He comes with like 4 extra heads, and they're like full-on heads with different expressions. I was pretty excited when they announced them, and then I was like, I can wait. He got a ton of cool accessories. Kind of fun, because, you know, Stitch hype is real right now with the live-action one coming out. Live-action Stitch himself looks good. We'll see how the movie turns out. But then, yeah, I kind of wanted to finish out the collection of at least what they made. And so, yeah, I kind of waited it out, and here we are. We got Ben Alligator from Fantasia, so he can hang out with Sorcerer Mickey and the hippo. What was her name? I forget what her name was, but the hippos, that was a cool figure. I think this line had a good idea of doing like the lesser-known Disney characters, but yeah, it's just, I think the price and then also just how spaced out the releases were. It was like, oh, you get Prince John before Robin Hood, but then you get Robin Hood but no Friar Tuck. Like, I think if they had done like, here's a Robin Hood wave, here's like a Pinocchio wave or something, that might have worked better, but who knows, it may have just been a price thing, and just a different market. But for Alice in Wonderland, this is the one I wanted the most out of the wave, because we had Alice, we had the Mad Hatter, there's the Queen of Hearts. So even though we didn't get like every single character from Alice in Wonderland, I feel like we got like the main players there, with Alice, the Hatter, and the Queen of Hearts. And also she has a really cool like soft goods dress, just like Alice does. She comes with the King of Hearts as an accessory, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, the lid went that way. I'll get it later. And then the last one in this one, actually, I thought was a really inspired choice, just because it's like, here's a classic character look that just makes for a good looking action figure. Once again, not a complete set for the short he's from, but it is from Silly Symphonies. If the slip covers got stuck, so now I can't do my dramatic reveal. Come on. Is it? Ooh, it's jammed. Oh, I can't. I think the glue's misset. Now I can't get him out of here. Anyways, it's from Silly Symphonies, which was the musical shorts that Disney produced. Kind of, I don't know, Merry Melodies, wasn't that like the Warner Brothers thing that was not Looney Tunes? But Silly Symphonies is great. They have a ride at California Adventure called Silly Symphony Swings, and the longer we've gotten farther from Silly Symphonies existing, the less people know that that is a IP-based ride. Because it's just like, oh, it swings, but it plays music from the Silly Symphonies. The lid is stuck. It's the Big Bad Wolf. I can't get into it, though. Like, I've never had this happen. Usually with these slipcovers, they can get a little tight, right? But I've never had it where I just cannot, like, it is not... And he's like a hefty figure, but I cannot get the slipcover off. I think the glue... I think I'm going to have to undo the glue on the lid here. See if I can... Can I get it unstuck? I feel like that's what happened. The glue melted. Yeah, the glue melted and it's now stuck to the box. So I guess I'll just open them from the bottom later. Should I open from the bottom now? I really wanted to show the Big Bad Wolf. He's so cool. And now I can't get the box open. Yeah, that maybe also a nice side... I guess it's also because these have been sitting a while. It's been a... I don't know, has it been a year, 2 years? I can't remember when this wave was supposed to come out, but... here we go. Oh, there we go. All right, now we can see this guy. Look at him. It's the Big Bad Wolf. So yeah, we don't get the 3 little pigs, but we do get his, like, his grandmother disguise. So you get, like, the sheep, like, the sheep, skin disguise, and then you get, like, the grandmother dress, like the Red Riding Hood thing. Really clever, really great. I'll probably just leave him as the wolf, though. I don't think I'm gonna put him in the disguises. I think it's also another thing. It's like this happens in action figures a lot, especially like when people talk about Super 7. It's like, oh, it's nice. It comes with all that. Am I ever gonna use it? And it's like, yeah, it's nice to have the options, but sometimes, yeah, it's like I'm never gonna put Robin Hood in the stork disguise, for example. It's just gonna be Robin Hood on the shelf. And when I don't have to review them, which I don't review Super 7 anymore, just because of viewership reasons. When I don't have to review them, it makes it easier on me, because then I don't actually have to, like, even open all the accessories. I can just kind of, I'll figure out the rest of that later. I can just kind of open it, put it on the shelf, be done. All right, here we got, yeah, so I collect One Piece Funko Pops now. It's just another avenue of One Piece merchandise. It's Beppo. Beppo's like one of my favorite guys in One Piece. He is a polar bear mink that is the first mate to Trafalgar Law, who is like one of my top 3 characters. It goes Luffy, Nico Robin, and then Trafalgar Law. And in fact, can you see him in here? Yeah, he's right here. Yeah, see, there's Law right there. So Beppo, yeah, I have the Law Funko Pop. It came in stock right after I shipped this pile of loot. I was like, I was gonna get them together, but yeah, Beppo came in first. He's flocked, which, you know, I don't think I've ever opened a flocked Funko Pop before, but I want to put him on my shelf next to Law. I'm not one of those people that leaves Funkos in the boxes. Black Series Sabine Wren from Ahsoka. This is the live-action Sabine. The reason I got her is because when they announced Ezra, I looked at my Ahsoka figures, and I had Ahsoka, and I had Hera. Of course, I already had Chopper, because it's just the same as the Rebels one. And then I had Hu Yang, the droid, and I was like, wait a minute, I don't have Sabine. So luckily she was still in stock, because sometimes Black Series figures, like, blink out of existence, so... Got Sabine, so that way when Ezra shows up, I can reunite them, even if the show decided to not reunite them completely at the end of the show and make me have to wait longer. Anyways, new Spawn figure. This is the Deviant from Rat City. Rat City is a future set, cyberpunk city set Spawn comic by Erica Schultz, and I forgot the artist's name. Is it on here? Because it says based on the artwork, but I don't see the artist name credited. Great comic. I like the Spawn comics, but I think this one's like probably my favorite one, maybe my second favorite. I really love Gunslinger Spawn, but it's a cyberpunk set Spawn. The cool part is he got mechanical legs as part of like his stuff, because his host does not have his legs, so pretty cool. Love that. And then we got the Batman Begins Batman for DC Multiverse. I have sort of, because I think partially because Todd McFarlane is obsessed with chase figures of new characters like Jade or Cyborg Superman or whatever. I've kind of just waned off the comic multiverse stuff at this point, just because it's been very frustrating missing characters I want. But I have been keeping up with the movie figures, and so this is another Batman for the Batman shelf. This is the Batman Begins version. I have the Dark Knight version. He's sitting in the tumbler. But yeah, so that's a pretty cool figure. I was looking forward to that. And then they announced it. I was like, I like the Begin suit. It looks a little weird at times, but I was like, that's pretty good. That seemed like kind of a small pile of loot, you know? Except for the fact that I haven't been doing this on a table. I've been doing it on the second box. All right, box number 2. Yeah, I kind of did a little switch and play there. I don't know if it was effective. We'll find out in the edit. Sometimes half of comedy in filmed entertainment is timing is one thing, editing is another. If you have a really perfectly timed joke in a movie or a TV show, but you cut it wrong, it doesn't have the same impact. Anyways, we got a lot more stuff in here. Yeah, that was the box with less stuff because of those big-ass Disney figures. All right, so we got some goodies. Speaking of big-ass figures, oh my god. So I guess we'll just start with the other Super 7 stuff. Luna and Amok from Thundercats. I thought the Monstar box was big, but this is thick. I don't know if this is bigger than the Monstar box. I honestly need to get rid of the Super 7 boxes. They're taking up way too much room in the house. But they have such nice packaging art. Please give me generic boxes all day, every day. They're easy to get rid of. So this is the leader of the Lunatics, Luna, right? Madame Luna herself. And Amok is like the creature she always rides on top of. And I love the Lunatics. I know the next wave we're getting another one, which is Red Eye, and then we just need Tugmug, and the whole team is complete. We could also get like the powered up form of Luna, which would be pretty cool. But Lunatics have never had toys prior to the Super 7 Ultimates line. And they probably will never have toys again because they're late stage villains. They show up in season 3 of the original cartoon. They were supposed to get toys, but only some of them are going to get toys in the original toy line. Didn't happen. But God, it's so nice to have this. This is amazing. I was like, this box is huge, but like, I'm so excited. This is like probably like top tier excitement here because now that we got this, we got Alluro, we got Frosta, Red Eye's in the next wave. I'm hoping Tugmug is in the wave after. With the way prices are going, I really want Tugmug sooner than later. This is beautiful, and I'm very excited. So, big old Thundercats nerd, doing Thundercats nerd stuff again. I'm not buying every single figure anymore. I've kind of started to wane off a little bit in some directions. So, for example, I got Chief Cloudus. That's not his name. I was thinking of Chief Carnivus from He-Man. I got Cloudus, King Cloudus of Thundera. We only see him in flashbacks because he dies on the planet. That's not spoilers. That's episode 1. And so he's kind of like one of those that's like not super essential, but he's cool. He's Lion-O's father, so he's got like that sort of history. There was more screen time for him in the 2011 show because we spent more time with him. Everything we saw of Cloudus in the original cartoon was all flashback, and so I thought I'd get him. They also put out a Royal Thunderian Guard. Yeah, I was like, I don't need to do army builders when the figures are $55 a piece so far. The other one, though, of course, was a must-have. It's Robert Bill. So the Roberts, the Burbles, they are so helpful. They are great, like, companions and assistants and stuff. And every time they get made as toys, they're always, like, little minifigures, and people forget that they're supposed to be, like, kind of big. So really nice to see. He looks good. I think the colors, I think people were complaining about the color, but I think it looks fine. It looks neat. I'm not at the point of complaining about anything because it's like, the fact the line exists enough to get us Robert Bill and Cloudus and Luna and Amok, it's like, look, I'm just going to take it. I'm going to take the blessing, and I ain't going to complain. All right, so speaking of blessings, as a big old monster head, this is the American Werewolf in London 2-pack of David and Jack. So this is a cool 2-pack because, first of all, NECA said it was going to come out in time for Halloween. It came out in mid-April. NECA dates always way earlier than it actually is, and Hasbro dates are always way after they actually are. NECA's always later, Hasbro's always sooner. Anyways, it's David and Jack. So this is, the way the 2-pack's presented here is them, on their casual walk, forgetting to stay on the road, and so it has alternate parts. So you got David here. He gets an alternate head from the dream sequence, which is kind of like a famous look, which is pretty cool. His werewolf form was already presented as a figure. And then Jack is got parts for when he was mauled by the werewolf, and haunts David through the entire movie as a decaying zombie in various stages. The part I find interesting is that NECA figures usually do have blood, but for Jack, they painted everything with like black blood, even though in the movie it was a lot grislier. And I wonder if that may not be necessarily a licensing thing or some like manufacturing thing. I'm not exactly sure, because usually when you see like NECA figures with blood on them, it's like a little bit of blood, a little splatter. With Jack, it's like his entire shirt is stained red. So that may have been a licensing thing, but I also kind of dig the black and white vibe. I dig that too. So there you go. That's pretty cool. I love that movie, and so I'm always glad to have more figures for it. My dad was the one that showed me that movie, so it's appropriate we go to his figures next. He got the Epic Hacks Red Sonja, which is the Boss Fight Studios release. She comes with a ton of stuff. Over 30 pieces. There's all kinds of accessories. They've been doing multiple Red Sonja figures. This is their first one. They got a steampunk one coming up next. She looks pretty good. We'll see later. I'm going to give that to my dad. And then also Roja, which is technically a different character than La Muerta from the Coffin Comics universe, but she is, I think she's the same mold. The head might be different, but she's basically like palette swap La Muerta as Roja. Because it's interesting, because on the artwork, she's got like cleavage, right, on that shot, but then on the figure, she's like fully covered up, kind of like that shot. But that's also because that's just the way La Muerta's costume is cut. Like, you can see that there's some more differences. So I don't know the whole story. Does it actually say? Oh, she's just like, I think she's just evil La Muerta. So anyways, she looks cool. But basically it was like, that's a way to reuse the La Muerta mold. Oh, what do we got here? Okay, we got another Batman. This one, not as jazzed about, simply because it is the 89 Batman, which is cool. We already have 89 Batman. This one, all the previous 89 Batmans only came with fists. Even the one that came with the Batmobile just came with fists. So I already own them twice. But this one, we've got Batarang, grappling gun, shuriken, remote control for Batmobile, and then the most important part, holding things hands. So he could hold the steering wheel of his car, or the rods for his cape, so you can do that big old sprawled cape thing that Keaton did in his movies. So that's pretty cool. That they did redesign the cape so that way it has like the capability of having like the actual cape up, which is pretty awesome. And then he comes with extra hands, so that way you can actually give him accessories. So that's pretty cool. I mean, that's a worthy upgrade in my eyes. That was worth getting for all the parts he comes with. And it was also a good chance for people that didn't get the Batman 6-pack or the Batmobile pack-in to finally get them in a single. Still hoping they make Joker, because they have the Batman Returns wave coming up that's going to pretty much knock that movie out. Still want a Joker. Hopefully we can figure it out, because I know licensing. Here's Mr. Controversial, Maximum Spider-Man. Much like the Switch 2, a lot of people complained about the price. A lot of people still bought them. That's not any shade. There are people that were like, $50 is too much for this, and then didn't buy it, and that's totally valid. For me, personally, I think he's worth $50 from everything I saw. I was like, that's a heck of a lot of accessories. It's a really articulated body. He's a completely brand new. Not a single thing here is reuse. Like, I love that. Maximum Hulk, not so much. A lot of reuse, not as many accessories. But then again, that one's only $60 when he's a lot bigger of a figure. But I'm excited to crack this open, take a look at it. Do an intellectual breakdown and probably just go, it looks pretty damn good. I think he looks great. He looks great. All right. In the world of Jada Toys, they've been doing a lot of fighting games. They've been doing video games, right? They've been doing their Street Fighter and their Mega Mans. They've done some Universal Monsters. They know how to get me. They're doing Cyberpunk Edge Runners. So I'm a big fan of the Mike Pondsmith Cyberpunk world. I love a lot of the lore and the background stuff that was from the tabletop RPGs. I never had a chance to play like the tabletop RPG, but the 2077 video game, loved it. Edge Runners anime, loved it. So when they announced that they're doing Cyberpunk Edge Runners figures, I was very happy because we've been getting some merch for this show. It is a Studio Trigger anime, which is, they usually get merch. But Good Smile's just been like, here's a statue, here's an Nendoroid. I'm like, anybody got articulating action figures that look like the show? And Jada Toys is like, boom, here you go. So David here, unlike most Jada figures, like 25. I think they bumped to 30 because of, tariffs. With David here, I think he was 40 because he's a bigger figure, but his jacket and his pants are soft goods. So the jacket comes off, because this is post-time skip David, where he's all like jacked up and built, not like skinny David from the first half of the show, which I hope we also see. So it's really cool because he's got fabric for his jacket and fabric for his pants, and that's amazing to see on like a basic like Western action figure line. And then here's Lucy. Lucy is our other lead protagonist in the series, and she also has soft goods for her jacket, which is really, really impressive. Plus she has mono wire. She gets a cigarette. That doesn't always happen. Really impressive. This also is like, here you go, Guilty Gear figure, because she's going to be a Guilty Gear guest character, which is exciting. I think it's pretty cool. I don't play Guilty Gear Strive anymore. I was like old school Guilty Gear, and the game, like, I always had trouble jiving with the game, but I'm excited to see Lucy show up. I'm curious what her theme music's going to be, because it really feels appropriate if it was going to be I Really Want to Stay at Your House from the Cyberpunk games, but maybe they'll do a new song for her. But anyways, pretty excited to open these up and take a look at them, because I'm stoked. And they're making Rebecca and Maine as Wave 2, which is pretty great. And I feel like we're gonna get like the others, like Dorio and the other lady I forgot the name of, and the other guy with the hands, and the one that Giancarlo Esposito voiced. There's options. Also, would be cool if they circle back around to the video games, because McFarlane made a whole 3 characters. They made Male V, they made Johnny Silverhand, they made Takamura, and that was it. A lot of other cool characters in Cyberpunk that could make great toys. All right, in the world of SH Figuarts, we've got Shikamaru Nara from Naruto. Was a surprise when they announced him, because with Naruto, we've mostly just been getting like, Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, and then we've been getting a lot of villains, right? We got like Orochimaru and Pain and Itachi and all that. And so for the hero characters, we were kind of like waiting, and they made the signing and such, and then boom, Shikamaru, and I was like, that is exciting. And the next retail figure is Hinata. And then Hinata, yeah, I'm trying to say it right. I've been saying it wrong for 20 years. Found that out recently. But then Tsunade's coming out as well, and there's a new Jiraiya. Naruto line's getting a lot of variety. It could have just ended up being variants of Naruto, Sasuke, Kakashi, the way that the Anime Heroes line has gone. But we're getting a lot more characters, and Shikamaru is one that I don't think he's had an articulating figure before. So that was a real big surprise, and I'm really, really happy with that. And then the rest of the box is One Piece. So in my catch-up of One Piece Figuarts, here is the Raiden Onigashima Luffy. This is the first Luffy of the new line. And I didn't have him yet, and then I heard he had some QC problems. Then they announced they were reissuing them, and I was like, okay, I'm getting all the Luffys. I'm not going to get Onigashima, Zoro, and Sanji, because I can get Sanji. Zoro's kind of sold out. Heard Zoro's terrible with the QC stuff, so I think I'm just going to skip both. I'm not going to worry about him. I'm not getting Kaido. I'm probably not getting Blackbeard, because I was going to get Blackbeard. I was like, he's expensive, but I can deal with it. And then Entertainment Earth was like, hey, so the price is going up now. He's like $290, and I was like, I don't like Blackbeard that much. So Blackbeard's out. But I'm pretty much getting everybody else, at least all the regular size figures, like Roanoa Zoro from Romance Dawn. Ironically, I just got the notice that Shanks came in stock this morning, so if I wasn't going on a trip soon, I would have shipped this box a couple days later and gotten Shanks in here as well. But we got the Romance Dawn Zoro here, which I've seen some pictures and video. I think this guy, like the first Zoro, the Onigashima Zoro, was really bad. This is really good, so it's like complete opposite swing in the other direction. And it also kind of finishes out our like Romance Dawn like trio, which is great. Still waiting on them to solicit Usopp and Sanji, because they showed them, they said they're coming out, but then ever since then, that was at Jump Festa, I think ever since then we've been getting, what is it, we got Egghead Luffy, Blackbeard, Egghead Chopper, Jewelry Bonnie, and now Egghead Gear 5 Luffy. So yeah, kind of interesting on that front, but hoping Usopp and Sanji are coming soon. And then lastly, we have the Romance Dawn Gum Gum parts set, which is basically just a bunch of like parts for Romance Dawn Luffy, and even priced together. Like Luffy was $35, this is like $40. It's like $75 for a complete Luffy experience at that point. Not bad. So this has like the hat to wear around his neck. It's got the Gum Gum Gatling parts, so you actually have like multiple arms to do like the Gatling. It's got like the legs that are bendy and the arms that are bendy. You can use the bendy legs with Onigashima Luffy, which is pretty cool. And an extra face for Luffy. I think it's really neat. I like part sets. I really do. It sucks when they are like, oh, you like. I'm glad they didn't go like, oh, you want Gum Gum arms for Luffy. You have to like get them from like buying every figure. Like one guy comes with one arm and then one guy comes with the other. They're just like, here, part set. I think that's great. Then I just realized that they did that again with the the hockey arms are coming with Year 5 Luffy eggheads. So, yep, Bandai's still up to that. Anyways, that's pretty much it. I'm not going to pile everything back up. Like I said, you've probably seen some of this. There's probably at least a Figuarts been reviewed at this point. But yeah, there's going to be some more, all these Figuarts are getting shorts for sure. David and Lucy's going to get a short. Maximum Spider-Man's going to get a short. Everything else is just for me and for fun, I think. Yeah, I think so. But these figures, you shall see videos on if you haven't already. So on that note, if you don't want to miss out, be sure to subscribe to the notification bell. Hit the like button while you're down there if you haven't already. Really appreciate that. That kind of helps the channel keep going. It's all the analytics stuff that keeps us rolling here, doing what we do. Check out our Discord server in the link below. Get notifications for videos going up from there, which is really, really cool. You can also join as a channel member, which helps support the channel, helps continue to produce videos and continue to make this full-time for me. So I really appreciate that, everyone, on your support. So let's give a special shout out to our channel members. Special shout out to all of our channel members, including Captain Tier, Spin-54, Toma K, Masterbin95, Forever1000, Super Shaddix Boom, Mr. Smelly Potato, Silver Bricks, Travis's Media Madness, Gokai Gamer, Josh Frisch, Muhammad Faiz Daniel, Brenton Yadden, Stephen Hinojosa, Jamie's World, Cameron Meter, and Taylor Black. Thank you all for your support, both channel members and viewers alike. If you so wish, I'm on social media at Blue Sky, at Soundout12. You can find my wonderful graphic designer on social media and Discord at DarkClaw643, and you can find Hero Club at HeroClub.com for toy news and more. And until next time, this is Soundout saying goodbye.